So this is what the lip sync looks like when you've added the teeth to both the top and the bottom of the inner black mouth. This says I am to I try to get the lower jaw to be what moves more than the upper jaw, the upper teeth. The lower teeth are the part of the swinging jaw that swings down. So after all of these have to be built and then rolled over, I'm going to go ahead and forced on top, meaning I'll build them like this, force them back, so much of the curving is happening on the lower jaw. You can see the bump is much greater. Here's an example where there are no bottom teeth. It's just supposed to be teeth with a tongue and no, it's just upper teeth. So the lips would go right to that point. This will be the lip color, and it's going to be wrapped up like this to fit all the bumps all the way along. And then after that's done, this will be I'll put a little thin edging strip of red with a little thin edging strip of black and seal it up. And then I can start building flesh or negative color around that. I am trapped right now. Now inside a talking clay mouth, and I've done this 3 times. You can see all three of these are pretty much identical, as much as they can be handcrafted, because I think these will become eyes. These 2 mouths will be temporarily taking the place of eyes. So this will continue to talk while the 2 eyes become mouths and talk as well. Then it'll go back to eyes after this. Inside a talking clay mouth. The last part of this being sliced up. This is the p of up, where the mouth opens up. 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 by, by, and knife. Pause. Ow! So you can see dimensionally how the lower jaw bumps up and down much more than the upper jaw, which stays, the upper teeth, sorry, which stay much more rigid to the skull bone. And now I'm going to wrap all this, of course, by slicing lip texture. And these sheets of lip texture will give me a way of, I have to carefully not, the key is once I've cut these sheets of lip texture off and wrapped it, it's not to lose the shape that's inside. It's hard to explain how to do that, but you just have to very carefully not distort all the work you've put in to the all the work you've put into defining the wide E's with all the black on either side and all the shapes and all the very small stuff. In fact, as I apply this, I'm going to reread every one of these mouth expressions as I'm putting this on and try to make sure that I've kept the articulation that was intended. And even redefine some of these pieces and parts that are a little rugged perhaps. I'll go in and actually push little pieces around. One last thing is to make sure as I'm doing this, of course, that everything doesn't get stretched out, because it has a tendency, clay being soft is beautiful because it can move stuff around, but it's malleable to become whatever you want, but it stretches, and as it stretches, this the cutting sink, which was calculated on 3 frames at 24 fips, I think will become 6 frames at 48 fips between each blue line. That's the plan. Well, if everything stretches out, and I may just choose to mark key areas and then go back in and make sure I'm cutting exactly the right amount of frames between these key areas.